Hi, my name is Verble, and today I will tell you why the rules on targeting placed by the NCAA in 2013 are a good idea. Before 2013, the penalty of targeting was treated as a personal foul and only a 15-yard penalty. In 2013, the NCAA released a new rule in college football that requires players who target or contact defenseless players above the shoulders to be ejected. The change increases the on-field penalty for targeting by adding the automatic ejection to an existing 15-yard penalty. The rule passed by the Football Rules Committee in February and approved by the Playing Rules Oversight Panel in March addresses the committee's concern about player safety by taking more measures to remove targeting. The rule in football means that discipline for players fired for violations will mirror the penalty for fighting. If a player is penalized for targeting in the first half of a football game, he is ejected for the rest of that football game. If a player is penalized for targeting in the second half of the football game, he is ejected for the rest of the game and the first half of the next game, let it be that season or the next season. In an effort to address concerns when one of these plays is called on the field, the ejection portion of the penalty will be reviewable through video replay. The replay official must have conclusive evidence that the player should not be ejected before he is able to make the call. A target is to aim at an opponent for purposes of attacking with an apparent intent that goes beyond making a legal tackle or a legal block or playing the ball. The crown of the helmet is from the top of the face mask to the top of the helmet. Contact to the head or neck area is not only with the helmet, but also with forearm, fist, elbow, and shoulder can all lead to a foul. And a defenseless player is a player that is not in a position to defend himself. In the rulebook of the NCAA, there are two targeting rules. The first is targeting and initiating contact with the crown of the helmet. This states that no player shall target and initiate contact against an opponent with the crown or top of his helmet. When in question, this is a foul. The second targeting rule is targeting and initiating contact to the head or neck area of a defenseless player. No player shall target and initiate contact to the head or neck area of a defenseless opponent with the helmet, forearm, fist, elbow, or shoulder. When in question, this is also a foul. Examples of a defenseless player is a player in the act of or just after throwing a pass, a receiver attempting to catch a pass, or one who has completed a catch and has not yet had time to protect himself clearly, a kicker in the act of or just after kicking a ball, or during the kick or the return, a kick returner attempting to catch or recover the kick, a player on the ground, a player obviously out of the play, a player who receives a blindside block, a ball carrier already in the grasp of an opponent and whose forward progress has already been stopped, or quarterback anytime after the change of possession. I believe that the new targeting rules has made football safer in the NCAA due to the fact that it has allowed other players, such as defense or offense, to make safer tackles in order for themselves not to be penalized, which leads to less injuries such as concussions, which is one of the biggest injuries in college football. So in conclusion, I believe that the rules for targeting placed in 2013 and to this day in NCAA that allow a player, when penalized for targeting, to be ejected from the game is a good idea because it allows players to make safer tackles and it allows players to understand what they're doing when they're on the field. And as as a football player myself, I've been hit many times thinking I was defenseless, and I'm glad to see that the NCAA is taking actions to prevent such hits as this. I am Bailey